to the next edition of Stars, Stripes, and Insights, the podcast of the U.S. mission to the United Arab Emirates. And today we are thrilled to be joined by Danny Sebright. Danny has been the engine behind our commercial and investment partnership with the UAE for 17 years. And we are really honored and pleased to have him with us so that we can learn a little more about how the United States and the United Arab Emirates are cooperating. So Danny, welcome.
Thank you.
As I already mentioned, you have been the head of the U.S UAE Business Council for 17 years, which is quite an achievement given how broad our partnership is. But why don't you tell us a little bit about the Business Council? What does it do? Why was it founded? And what are its prospects and objectives now?
Well, Madam Ambassador, thank you so much for having me today on this august podcast and broadcast. And just let me say how wonderful it is to work with your team and everyone that you have at the U.S. mission. Very, very professional and always out in front supporting the relationship. The Business Council was founded in the middle of a crisis, actually. It was in the middle of a crisis that was created when Dubai, back in 2006, thought that it might operate some ports in America, and they realized, the UAE realized that they didn't have a very good understanding of what their goals and objectives were for the future amongst the United States political system and in the U.S. in general. So we were created to help get a better storyline out, get a more accurate storyline out. I think we've done a really good job with that aspect of our mission. And our mission quickly grew then to promote business and trade, to promote new opportunities in the relationship. We quickly worked on the U.S. 123 agreement, and we were one of the critical organizations behind making that a reality so that the Emiratis could build their 4 nuclear power plants at Bilateral. We worked very closely on aviation and defense and all of the energy issues over the years. I'll just say quickly that for the year ahead, we're focused on space opportunities in this commercial space program, opportunities in renewable energy and the energy program, opportunities in tech and AI, and opportunities in healthcare and life sciences, which is, I think, why we're here today on the margins of Arab Health.
Indeed, we are. We are here on the eve of Arab Health, and this is the 50th Arab Health, which tells you something about not just the arc of our engagement with the UAE, and health has always been very much an intrinsic part of our bilateral cooperation and partnership, but it also tells you something about how ambitious the UAE was at the very beginning of the founding of the United Arab Emirates. And as I mentioned, and I like to tell our colleagues from the private sector this story, that at the very beginning of our partnership were in fact 2 doctors, Dr. Pat and Marion Kennedy, who came to the UAE before the UAE was UAE. They came to Al Ain in 1960 and established the Oasis Clinic, which still exists today. Of course, now it is called the Cannon Hospital, and it is a beautiful modern hospital. The Oasis Clinic was a little more rudimentary, but they came here with a passion to heal, to take care of patients, to save lives. And I think that it really evokes why we have so many companies now very active in the healthcare and medical field, but also many more are coming.
Right.
And they are very much drawn to the UAE because of its ambition, because of its focus on frontier technologies and taking the promise of those technologies and applying them to real world problems. And that, of course, is especially salient in medicine. I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about the objectives for Arab Health and how the U.S. Business Council, the U.S. UAE Business Council will be supporting our companies.
So I would say this year's Arab Health, like a lot of the conferences that are occurring here in 2024 and 2025, are focused on AI and tech and how AI and some of these new technologies are going to revolutionize the various business verticals. So that's a very, very big focus. Another big focus is everything to do with life sciences. The Emiratis have decided, in particular, that if they want to be one of the new business trade centers of the world in the next few years, that creating new molecules here, creating the IP for those new molecules here, in partnership with great American firms is a really, really important thing to do. So all of our life sciences and pharma companies are focused on how they might work with the Emiratis on the ground here to do clinical trials, to do original research and development, and create new drugs that are what humankind needs in this part of the world and globally for the future, but to create them here for the first time. This will be a game changer if these things are starting to be done in this part of the world, in this region, on the ground.
Absolutely agree with you that what we're seeing now is a new level of ambition on really both sides, both here in the United Arab Emirates, and I think this is what everyone finds striking when they are here for the first time, or if they haven't been in the UAE for a few years, is the momentum very much forward-looking and focused on some of these leading sectors that will benefit from artificial intelligence research, but it will also make a real difference in people's lives. And this focus on health, which of course in the United States is one of the key sectors. We spend about $100 billion on research and development every single year in the medical field only. I think that, again, the level of ambition here is matched by the level of ambition in the United States. And you mentioned the magic word, partnership. This is something that, again, is very much a priority for both Emiratis and Americans. We like to partner with countries, with companies that have a similar mindset and a similar level of ambition and speed in which they're moving. And it's very rare, actually, to have two countries so closely matched in all these areas. So I agree with you completely. This is going to be a banner year for our companies, in part because the president of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Mohammed, really put this partnership on a very ambitious trajectory when he visited the United States last September. And we saw just a whole new level of momentum injected into our partnership in every field, to include in healthcare. In fact, his first stop, as we know, in Washington, was to the Children's National Hospital, which, of course, over the years has treated dozens and dozens of Emirati children. But also the UAE has been very generous in terms of supporting partnerships and research and development of new treatments for children in that institution.
Some of our marquee institutions, Cleveland Clinic, Mayo Clinic, are all strong Houston Methodists, are all strong partners with the Emiratis on the healthcare provider side. And on the life sciences side, whether it's Eli Lilly or Beatrice, GSK, you name it, they are all here looking for new partnerships to make the world a better place for the future. And we're going to do it together with a country that is really ambitious and really sort of puts its money where its mouth is, puts its leadership puts it forward to achieve its goals, and gives every one of its people the best resources to do that.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, I, just like you, meet with U.S. companies in every field daily. And I certainly hear and see from them just a whole new level of excitement about coming here and working with Emirati counterparts, doing great things that will, as I said, mean perhaps whole new treatments, whole new medications, drugs for our patients, and that really matters. And I could not be prouder to be representing them, to be supporting them. I know you feel the same.
I do.
So let me just ask you, what's next? What is the horizon beyond 2025? Because as you know, we're sitting in a country that doesn't look ahead just 1 year or 2 years, but they look ahead 50 years. So maybe we're not going to look ahead for 50 years and see where's the U.S. UAE Business Council going to be at that point, but what would you like to see over the next 5 years?
Well, we've grown exponentially every year. We started out with 30 companies as members, and we're now up to 300, and and we just keep growing and growing and growing every year, and it's across various verticals for sure. I would just say that the partnership, what's significantly changing a little bit about the partnership last year and this year and for the few years ahead, is the incredible focus that the Emiratis will have again in investing into the U.S. market. And it will be partnership and investment in the U.S. market that we facilitate, then later partnership and investment out here. So it really is a two-way street. And given where America is today, I think we're ripe for all kinds of new business partnerships in all these areas going forward. And I think we're just going to build from strength to strength. I can't tell you that we're going to have a whole list of new verticals that we're going to be in that we're not in at the moment. We're going to be building microchip plants soon. We're going to have new cooperation in Bitcoin soon that we don't have now. There's a whole bunch of verticals that we've sort of danced around the edges of over the last few years that we're just going to now see come to fruition in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, in my view.
All right. Well, congratulations on that growth and how much you have achieved in the 17 years that you have been representing not just the U.S. business community, but both the U.S. and UAE business community.
It's the partnership.
Exactly. The partnership is absolutely crucial, and it has been instrumental in driving development, growth, prosperity in both of our countries, but beyond both of our countries. I mean, this is very much a partnership that has delivered growth and prosperity in so many other places beyond the United States and the UAE. And I really want to thank you for the tremendous partnership that we have enjoyed with the Business Council. Our mission has been blessed with partners like you who deliver every single day for our private sector, but for especially the overall relationship, which has one of the strongest pillars really has been our commercial and investment partnership and cooperation over the decades. And you have helped build that pillar, strengthen it over the years. And so I look forward to working with you on making sure that that pillar continues to underpin really one of the what I would say amazing success stories of the past 6 decades. And it's a success story that bears telling, retelling. And this is one of the key points of this podcast. So thank you very much, Danny, and thank you for the great cooperation, and good luck with these very ambitious objectives for the coming year.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador. And I just look forward to great years ahead working with you and your fantastic team here on the ground to make these goals and objectives come to pass.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.